Hi guys, it's Ryan here with Sigma Survival, and today's video is about storing large amounts of water, 5 to 20 litres, in a multifunctional pack. Water is the essence of life, guys. We are made up of what, 80% water, something like that. So being able to store and carry water is super important. So I'm going to talk a little bit about a larger water container. If you've seen my other videos on water containers that are kind of improvised, or improvised methods of utilising things like glass bottles, plastic bottles, aluminium cans, and keeping the water in there and contained even though there's no way of closing it, then you'll find this useful. Additionally, I also did one on an improvised camelback style drinking container that you can wear in your pocket or on your belt line. You know, it costs less than a couple of pounds here in the UK, and it weighs nothing, and it can be integrated into an EDC really easily. Anyway, these items also could be integrated very easily into an EDC. So let's talk about what I'm going to be showing you today. It's not a pouch. I brought this pouch from the Army Surplus store for about £1, but what's in it is a 20 litre PVC dry sack, okay? This will not only keep things dry, like your clothing that's, you know, essential to your survival. You can also forage for food and put stuff in it. You can keep fire tinder dry in these things, but they're completely watertight and they're pretty hardy as well. So you can fill this with 20 litres of water. You know, you can put the chemical agent that you want to purify that water with in there, and you can purify water, guys, and store it. You know, you can keep this for your camp long term. Once you've set your camp up, and maybe this was in your backpack, keeping your clothes and your sleeping bag dry and whatnot, once you've got an adequate shelter to keep those things dry, take this down to the river and get your water source, guys. This one here is 5 litres, probably a bit more useful for a lot of people. Definitely pocket sized. You only need 5 water purification tabs in there, or so many drops of iodine and betadine solution. But I'm more heavily focused on the larger one because 20 litres of water storage, it means that you don't have to keep going back and forth to a water source for a few days in some circumstances. If you've got a group of people, you know, 1 trip a day with this thing, and you've probably got your water needs met. I have some Oasis water purification tablets. These are for purifying 20 to 25 litres of water. You only need 1 of these for this kit, so what I recommend is keeping it in there with your other stuff. You know, maybe if you're keeping this for a water container only, just roll it up and keep it for when you need it. Then when you do need it, you just take the tabs out. They're nice and dry because they've been kept in here. Put them in your pocket, keep them safe, and then just drop 1 in there with 20 litres of water. This could then easily be put back inside a backpack, or it's already in the backpack and you're filling it, and then you can carry 20 litres of water on your pack really easily in a backpack, and you know, within 30 minutes it's going to be good to go. So, you know, I would recommend boiling your water as well. I'd recommend pre-filtering it before you just use purification tabs. You know, the sediment can give you a bad stomach and whatnot, and chemicals and whatnot that might be in the water. You want to be getting rid of that with filtering, preferably with charcoal. So yeah, these things are super useful, guys, not only for carrying water, but it's an improvised backpack. It keeps your stuff dry. You can keep fire tinder and burnable materials dry. You know, this could be a lifesaver. And also, because of the colour of it, I could inflate this with air and kind of wave it in the air and make a big sort of signalling balloon out of it if it stands out from the background. Preferably get yourself one that's orange if that's what you want that for. Yeah, not much more to say on this one really, guys. I really think that it is a useful little hack that people haven't really tapped into yet or thought about much. Not saying that some people aren't doing it, some people might be, but I haven't seen anybody doing it as of yet. Really think that this, along with the other methods that I've shown, is super useful. You know, you can actually make a complete water carrying system or water carrying kit out of one of these bags. So take the 20 litre dry sack. You take a 20 litre dry sack, put, you know, a pack of 15 Ziploc bags in there that are 3 litres capacity. That weighs practically nothing, less than £1 to buy. You've got 45 litres from the sandwich bags then. You've got 20 litres from this. And if you've got the other things like the silicone bottle caps, plastic aluminium caps, can caps, and you know, even things like you can get silicone corks for wine bottles and things like that. You know, guys, you're onto it. You're onto something big there. You've got water containers that weigh practically nothing, have multiple purposes, because the Ziploc bags also have multiple purposes as well as this. You know, you're onto something there, guys, and you've got water containment, you know, down to a T. I also talk about the little clips that hold the plastic bottles. Throw them in there as well. You know, it's probably going to cost you less than £10 for this setup, and yet you can store probably easily, this is 20 litres, 60 to 70 litres of water easily just from the sandwich bags and this alone. And then if you start adding like improvised bottles that you find and pick up, you know, if you've got a camp set up, you could easily store 75 to 80 litres of water from, you know, something that weighs practically nothing, and you've got multiple uses for each item. Anyway, I hope that was useful. It's a bit of a video series really on the different things that you can utilise. You're going to have to go through the other 2 videos if you want to see the other improvised methods that I've talked about. I really think this is useful, and if you've already got systems in place, you know, like a Camelback or water canteens, that's great, and that maybe is your first line of kit that you utilise. This is kind of secondary and tertiary. You know, it gives you backup options, and it gives you the means to be able to transport water easily, you know, from your water source to your camp, because you don't always want to be close to your water source, guys. You know, you want to be close enough that you can get to and from, and utilise that source of you know, of life-saving water. But, you know, you're going to be looking at things like mosquitoes might be closer to that source of water, flooding, things like that. So, yeah, just food for thought, really. I've given multiple options in this video series, and really hope it was useful, you know. I haven't seen anybody else doing it, like I say, and, yeah, please do like and subscribe. It really helps the channel to grow. And drop me a comment, let me know what you think of these big dry sacks that I'm utilising. You know, I do think that it's a very viable option for pretty much anybody. I don't think anybody can complain about this, just based on the fact that it's useful for everyone, regardless of your situation. Anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time.